Hello, humans who watch Firestorm reviews. It is I, Battletrap, and today I'll be taking over for Firestorm because he is currently occupied with something else at the moment. Woo! So yeah, today we'll be having a look at Studio Series Gamer Edition Decepticon Soldier, but we all know him better as Steve. Alright, let's get on to the review. Firestorm, when he has the boxes available, normally starts off with them. And let's have a look at it here. Alright, here's the front of it. And it has a very nice CGI render of Steve on the front. And that's what I'm going to be referring to him throughout the review, so you better get used to it. It has the Gamer Edition tag down there. And all the other things. On the side, we have a close-up on Steve's beautiful face. On the back, we have an image of Steve in robot mode, vehicle mode, some boring tech stuff, and blah, 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 blah. Here we have another image of beautiful Steve. And here is the open box. I'm still 50-50 on how I feel about them nowadays. So yeah, now that we've looked at the box, let's move on to the figure himself. And here we have Steve. He's a reissue / remold of the Studio Series Gamer Edition Barricade from the first wave of Gamer Edition. And I gotta say, they chose a really good mold to remake into Decepticon Soldier. He's very well painted, but I gotta say he should have had more purple splotted around him. He only has like small bits of it on his chest here, where the badges and the Energon line. And it's not even that vibrant. And I just noticed that now he has some on his wheels, but they're so dull that they barely hide. That they're basically hidden, I mean. And yeah, I say they should have made the purple more vibrant, put it a bit more around him, and that would probably have improved his color scheme a bit. But besides that, he's a very decent Decepticon. Does suffer from the same issues that Barricade did with the backpack and all that, but I'm not that big of a hater on backpacks. But I will be upset if they're really bad. Like some figures that I have in my collection. Like Skyquake's backpack. Anyway. Now let's move on to his accessories. He comes with a gunmetal grey Energon assault rifle. The standard weapon of all Cybertrain infantry. And it works the same way as Barricade's one does, where you just take his arm off and slot it in here, and there you now have him with his weaponry out. Now you can have him go gun down Autobots, or vice versa, be gunned down by Autobots. Wait, what? Anyway, let's get on to the posability of this figure, and then we'll go to poses and then some other stuff. Alright, his posability is right. So he has a ball joint on the head, which allows it to move back and forth like this. Ball sockets on the arms. Bend at the elbow. Rotation at the wrist. Waist rotation that spins a full 360. Legs can move out that far and back that far. Can do about this much of a spread, bend at the knee, and nothing to do with the foot unless you count this as a part of the transformation. So yeah, that's his posability. An alright amount of posability for just a generic bot. Not masterpiece level, but also very decent too for his price range. Alright, so now let's do some size comparisons. Here he is next to all of your other generic Decepticons and members of factions. That you can use to build up your armies with. Here he is next to some other deluxe class figures. Why did I not get a review first? You know why, Slipstream. Here he is compared to some Voyager class figures. Here he is next to two Leader class figures. Here he is next to two Leader class figures. And here he is next to Studio Series Gamer Edition Barricade. And here he is next to our previous review, Legacy Motor Menasor, and Serial Designation V from Murder Drones. Alright, let's get on to the poses you can put him in. Here we have him pointing and shooting. Here we have him running for his life. And here we have Starscream threatening his life. Alright, let's now move on to transformation. This guy's transformation is similar to Barricade's but some few changes. Alright, first you want to take his hands and untap them like so. And spin them around and fold them into his arms. Fold them up. You might want to do some filling so they stay in properly. Same on the other side. Let me just come back here to fiddle with this hand that keeps coming out. There. Next, you want to spin his waist not that many degrees. Then you untab his back. Fold it up and get out of the road. Then you want to focus on his feet here. You first connect his legs together if they listen. Then you fold in his feet. Then you untab these pieces here, which have a new transformation. Fold and then spin them around, same as on the other side. Retab his feet if they've untabbed. Then you just take the hood of the car, slide it back, like so. Then you come to the arms again, rotate them down, and try to get them to lock in on these tabs here, which is decently tricky. I would be cautious because these tabs here seem pretty thin, and I'll be careful they might break. And same as on the other side. And then you go back to the car here, which covers up his beautiful head, and tab it in, like so. And now you have him in his vehicle mode. And here he is in his vehicle mode. A very well-made Cybertronian car mode. Like, it seems to be a perfect battering ram for things. And you just, for his weapon, you just tab it in up here. Yeah. He's a very nice Cybertronian car mode. My complaints about his robot mode, not having enough purple, or what little purple he has, not being vibrant enough, still stick around. Now, let's see how he is compared to some other Cybertronian vehicles. Here he is next to Slipstream and Studio Series Jazz and Firestorm's Minicon Sabretooth. I don't know why she's here. Alright, now let's move on to the Voyager figures. Alright, here he is compared to two Voyager class vehicle modes, and he's definitely up in their sizes. Which would technically make sense in lore since, well, this is his Cybertronian mode. He doesn't need to shrink to fit Earth mode. Alright, now let's move on to the leader classes. Alright, and here he is next to two leader classes, being Shockwave and Megatron. And he fits decently well in. Sure, it's weird seeing a car driving alongside two massive tanks of death and destruction, but it's alright. Now, let's move on to the last few things, and then we can go to the final thoughts. Alright, and here he is next to Gamer Edition Barricade and Serial Designation V. Alright, now let's move on to the final thoughts. So, Gamer Edition Steve. A pretty good figure, honestly. A great generic trooper army builder. But I will have to say, it's a shame that it's stuck in the Studio Series line, because where I live, if they're often barely stocked in new figures. I actually had to go to a shop that actually doesn't really sell Transformers to find him, along with a couple other figures in this collection here. But yeah, besides that, he's a great Decepticon for any generic army. I recommend picking up a bunch of them and all that, which Firestorm has planned to do in the future. I would also love to see if somebody could customize one to get rid of the back, all his robot kibble, to make it technically more accurate to the game model, but I don't really care. I'd just like to see how that would look. Maybe the lazy eyebrow can do it. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe to Firestorm Reviews, and we'll see you all next time for his next video. Bye-bye.